Hello, everyone. This is Wilbur here, back again for another Sonic Rumble analysis. Last time we looked at the Season 6 skins, and this time, Season 7 is nearing completion. As you can see, I've already collected all of them, so they no longer appear on the screen here. There's about 5 days left, a little less than a week, so if you want to get these skins for yourself, then you got 5 days to do it. Now, is it worth it to collect these skins? I'll be showing them off here and giving you an overview of each skin, as well as the special skin that you can unlock from the special missions. You can only unlock this skin if you get every single one of the season skins. So as you can see here, there's 4 main skins this season. There's Gold Style Tails, Clown Eggman, Ringmaster Vector, and Crystal Storm. In addition, the skin that you get for unlocking all of the other skins, the 5th skin you get is AI Racer Tails. Now let's go ahead and break down each one. So the first skin I want to look at is Gold Style Tails. Now, I don't believe Gold Style Tails is based on anything in particular. He doesn't seem to be wearing any sort of clothing that resembles a Sonic character in the past. It kind of looks like he has a conductor outfit almost, which reminds me of the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. But I can't recall if he was the conductor in that. He might have been. But other than that, I can't see anything that Tails is meant to resemble here. In fact, the little necklace on his collar, it reminds me almost of the French um, insignia, the flower. Now, I'll give you a look at how he looks with a couple of animations. Here's the space float. We got yellow card. We got the out animation ready for a rematch. Here's some juggling. And we'll have him do some jumping jacks. So, pretty expressive. It works with all the different animations. A lot of them don't look weird. Like, for example, the 9 skin, which recently returned for the Sonic Prime event. If you do certain animations with him, they can come out looking a little weird. Like, let's see. How about the Sarsaparilla Breeze? You can see um, he's normally supposed to have that angry look, but it kind of goes away when he has the animation. You don't have anything like that with Gold Style Tails. So I'm going to be rating each skin out of 10. Before we give it a rating, let's give him a full 360 view. Okay, I think that's a pretty good 360 view. Now, compared to last season, in Season 6, the legendary skin was Gold Style Knuckles. This season, it's Gold Style Tails. Now, Gold Style Knuckles, I really like how the black and gold work together for his design. I like the little belt strap he has. The gloves look really nice with the gold spikes, and the black and gold really works well with the star design on the shoes, especially with that hat. It just all it all works together in unison. Gold style Tails, on the other hand, I think it's the fact that Knuckles is red while Tails is yellow. Because Knuckles is red, the gold kind of pops on him. Yellow's another primary color. It's not exactly a complementary color. It does complement his eyes, though, because yellow and purple are complementary colors. The Tails, on the other hand, is already yellow, which kind of overlaps with the yellow. The yellow already overlaps with the gold. So because of that, I don't think I like Gold Style Tails as much as Gold Style Knuckles. Not that I dislike Gold Style Tails, I just don't think he's I don't think he's quite as remarkable. So I'm gonna give Gold Style Tails probably a 7 out of 10. He's unremarkable, and I don't think he's worth all of the extra fragments that you have to pay in order to unlock him. Now, if we move down to Clown Eggman, this was the first design I decided to unlock for the season. Clown Eggman is it's a silly design. Um, but it's hilarious getting to see Eggman in a clown outfit. I like to imagine Eggman dressing up for Sage's birthday or something to that caliber. Now, um, if we take a look here at, let's have him do a couple of animations, see how they look on the model. He does the safe animation well, keep it down, venting. None of these animations really look awkward. They all work really well with the skin, especially that rage motion. He can do juggling, which fits with the uh, theme of the season, which is kind of they got a circus theme going on, so that's why they got Clown Eggman. Floating in space, he does that animation well. So he works really well with the animations. Really, Nothing really weird happens to him when he does those animations. The skin itself is phenomenal. Um, there's no glaring flaws. I think his glove clips through his mustache a little bit when he's stroking his mustache, but that's that's neither here nor there. That's not a big issue. Let's go ahead and do the 360 view. I can say I really like the colors on this. The colors really remind me of the vintage Ronald McDonald clown. You got the yellows and the reds for mustard and ketchup. So, what would I give this out of 10? Clown Eggman, I mean, probably a 9 out of 10. I mean, what else could you ask for? It's a really fun skin. It's not something I particularly asked for, but it's not something that I'm upset about either. So, 9 out of 10. I definitely enjoy it more than the Gold Style Tails. Especially since, because it's an epic skin, it's easier to unlock. Now, the next one um, for this season is Ringmaster Vector. Now, Ringmaster Vector, it's serviceable. It's I don't know, I just think it overlaps a little bit too much with Mad Hatter Vector from a couple of seasons ago. Mad Hatter Vector was phenomenal. Lots of good callbacks to Alice in Wonderland and its design. But compare that to Ringmaster Vector, they both got the same kind of vest thing going on, the same sort of jacket. They even both have had the top hat. Um, so really, yeah, and the bow tie too. Um, I don't see a reason to really have both of these skins, they're just two different coats of paint, essentially. The only reason I unlocked Ringmaster Vector is because I needed him in order to unlock um, the mission skin for the season. If it wasn't for that, I totally would have just skipped out on this skin. The only thing that really stands out compared to Mad Hatter Vector is he's got the whip, of course, because he's a ringmaster. Not really sure what he's using the whip for, because he's uh, living in a world that's already full of anthropomorphic animals. Kind of some weird implications there, but he does have a whip nonetheless. I mean, he's got shoulder pads, which the other skin doesn't have, and he also has a mustache. But those three tiny details, compared to all the overlap with Mad Hatter Vector, I just say pass on this skin if you already have Mad Hatter Vector. Now, if you don't have Mad Hatter Vector, would I recommend getting this skin over Mad Hatter Vector? Also, no. Also, no. I think Mad Hatter Vector looks a lot better. It's not as generic, and it's actually Mad Hatter Vector is actually calling back to a popular uh, children's story slash children's film, depending on which incarnation you're referring to. So, what would I rate Ringmaster Vector? Probably a 5 out of 10. It's not a bad skin by any means, but its niche is already filled by another popular skin, a skin that can boost your um, total season score quite a bit more than Ringmaster Vector can. So overall, I think he's just overshadowed. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a shadow skin to move on to play off of that pun, but we do have Crystal Storm coming up next. Now, this is a good skin to buy, or sorry, I keep saying buy, but you can't buy these skins. This is a good skin to unlock by getting the skin fragments if you don't have Storm. Uh, Personally, I'm not the biggest Storm fan, so I didn't want to have to fork over 330 red rings in order to purchase the regular Storm skin. So this Storm, Crystal Storm, I'm actually kind of happy that I have it. It definitely looks better than last season's Ruby Silver. I cannot get over Ruby Silver, how it looks like a strawberry. It 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 does not look like it's made of ruby in any way, shape, or form. Everything about Ruby Silver I hate. But Crystal Storm, I think Crystal Storm looks nice. Crystal Storm looks like he's made out of diamond almost. Got the 360 view here. I don't think I did the 360 view on Ringmaster Vector, so let me just quickly give you that. But back to Storm. Um, I think overall the pattern looks very nice. There's not any big issues looking all the way around. We can have Crystal Storm do a couple of animations for us. Let me just orient him properly again. He's got the Tumbleweed animation. We can do Blazing Conviction, Sarsaparilla Breeze, keep it down. None of these animations really look weird, which makes sense because the skin is uh, it's not changing anything about the model. It's purely cosmetic. It's just a crystal version of the regular Storm skin. But if you want to unlock Storm and you don't want to fork over 330 red rings, I think Crystal Storm is a very serviceable replacement for that. Now, what would I rate him out of 10? So far, we've done Gold Style Tales for 7. Um, we did the Ringmaster Vector for 5 out of 10. Clown Eggman 9 out of 10. So Crystal Vector, probably, I'd probably put him also at a 7 out of 10, the same as Gold Style Tails. Some people might not agree with that. Some people might think that Crystal Storm is significantly worse than Gold Style Tails, but I think they're both doing sort of the same thing. Gold Style Tails is just a simple model change, just adding a couple pieces of clothing, and though admittedly I do like how Gold Style's Tails uh, hair tuft is kind of pushed down by his hat. I do think that's kind of cute. But otherwise, both of these skins have similar levels of changes to them, and they're both visually appealing, but neither of them is a significant enough change where I would care deeply about them. Like Clown Eggman. Clown Eggman is a skin where I do care about it quite a bit because it's funny, it's a humorous skin, while Crystal Storm is just Crystal Storm. So with that, we can move to the final skin of the season, which is AI Racer Tails. This is obviously meant to be AI Racer Tails from Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Now, compared to last season's AI Racer Sonic, I don't think he looks as good. Obviously, they're one and the same. They both have the same pattern. They both have the same eyes. There's nothing differentiating the two of them in any major sort of way. The only difference is the character themselves. So while I think the blue color works magnificently on AI Racer Sonic, I don't think the blue works as well for AI Racer Tails. Not that I hate the blue color on him. It looks decent, but it's definitely treading familiar ground compared to the Sonic one. Now, I'll go through the animations again, once again, have him do the same animations that regular Tails did. Space Float, the yellow card, the out animation, ready for a rematch. Once again, you can see nothing about the model is, there's no major clipping. Um, it performs the animations naturally. So there's nothing inherently wrong with the model itself. It's a very well-made model. It is pretty much it's not exactly a reskin, or I guess that's not fair to say since these are all skins. It's not exactly just a recolor like Crystal Storm is. Um, it does change the face where it doesn't have the mouth anymore, and the eyes are completely white now. It's also, of course, got the little technological speaker. I guess that's supposed to be a speaker, probably on its chest, because it makes the robotic noises in the game. Not in this game, in the original Racing Cross Worlds. Um, but otherwise, it's mostly just colors that have changed. Like I said last season, I really like the pattern, um, the glitchy sort of pattern that the AI racers have, but I feel like you can see more of that pattern on Sonic because Sonic is, I think he's a little taller. Let me look at, yeah. Yeah, Sonic is a little taller than Tails is, so you get more area to actually see the colors on him. But also, getting to see those colors on the spine, they're a lot more noticeable compared with the tails, which are a bit smaller. Though I do like how it looks from behind, the way how his tails swish up and down. Um, that's certainly one thing that you don't get with Sonic, because Sonic's idle animation is far more idle, while Tails is always um, kind of undulating with his tails. But ultimately, I think I like it a little less than AI Racer Sonic. I don't recall what I gave AI Racer Sonic last time out of 10. Because last season it was Ruby Silver, you had Captain Vector, Detective Cream, and Gold Style Knuckles as well as AI Racer Sonic. I think I gave AI Racer Sonic a 10 out of 10. So if I gave AI Racer Sonic a 10 out of 10, I'd probably give AI Racer Tails an 8 out of 10. I definitely like it better than Gold Style Tails, but I don't think I like it more than Clown Eggman. So I don't think any skin quite hits 10 out of 10 this season. Last season, I really felt motivated to collect all the skins, but this time around, I ended up making this video a lot closer to the end of the season because I didn't feel as motivated to actually collect all the skins. I didn't collect them all until just recently. Just because AI Racer Tails wasn't as appealing as AI Racer Sonic. Ringmaster Vector wasn't really doing it for me, and Clown Sonic, or not Clown Sonic, but that would be a good skin. Clown Eggman was the only one that really spoke to me this season. Though I didn't hate Crystal Storm though. Um, but overall, are the skins worth it this season? Well, if we add all the values together, 5 out of 10 plus we had two 7 out of 10s, um, an 8 out of 10, and a um, 9 out of 10. So 7 plus 7, 14, plus 5, that's 19. Uh, 19 plus 9, 28. And then the 8 out of 10, that's 28 plus 8 is 36. So that's 36 out of 50. 36 times 2 is 72. So yeah, so I rate this season like a 72% if you average those all together out of 100. So 72 points out of 100 is decent. I think the skins this season were just decent. There was some that stood out as really good, and there were others that kind of mid. Um, so I really think it's up to you if you think that you want to go for getting these skins. Last season, I would have said definitely go for it. This season, I'm a little erring more on the side of caution. Now, as for recommending the season pass, I did get it myself, but do I think it's worth it for anyone to get? I do think the animation, easy peasy, is very good animation. I love that one. I love the little yawn it has. I think that animation that comes with the season pass, the premium one, works really well with hired characters. Like take Lionel in here, give her that animation for her victory pose. I think that works really well. It combines really well with the yawn animation from season 1. You also get with the season pass. Let's see. I think Ringmaster Silver. Or no, sorry, not Ringmaster Silver. Um, Juggler Silver. Which I think Juggler Silver is a better skin than Ringmaster Vector. Um, not as good as Clown Eggman, but still a serviceable skin. Uh, the only issue I have with it is that if you're playing challenges like normally, you're gonna end up unlocking the legendary Cerber Silver skin. So unless you just like Juggler Silver more, which I understand, Juggler Silver is a nice design. Um, unless you like it more, you might just want to play Cerber Silver instead, since you can get that for free. But yeah, I think I would pass on the premium pass unless you really want that animation. The easy peasy animation. If you really want this animation, then you can fork over fork over $10 for it. But personally, I don't think that's quite worth it. Um, but ultimately, that's up to you. I hope this video was able to help you figure out whether you want to go for the last 5 days getting those skins, or if you'd rather just wait until next season. Hopefully next season has some real bangers, and hopefully we get some more IDW characters. I'm still waiting for you, kid. All right, Wilbur Wilbur signing off.